John McCook reveals whether he's leaving Bold and the Beautiful. The fan-favorite actor opens up about his future on the long-running soap opera. Key points. John McCook affirms he has no plans to leave The Bold and the Beautiful. McCook says, "I am not going to leave, I have no reason to leave." Fans praise McCook as essential to the show's continued success. For 38 years, Emmy-winning actor John McCook has portrayed Forrester family patriarch Eric Forrester on the CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. Recent online speculation about his potential departure from the series prompted McCook to clarify his status in a new interview. McCook addressed the topic during an on-set interview for CBS's Soapy podcast, which was shared on the show's official social media channels. When asked what continues to motivate him to keep playing his role, McCook said, "Well, I just love being there." He added that he has no plans to exit the series, telling viewers, "I am not going to leave, I have no reason to leave." McCook explained that he simply enjoys working and does not feel ready to retire. "When you get to be my age and you're an actor and you're still working, why would I walk away, right? I mean, really," he said. When asked how he envisions his eventual exit from the show, McCook joked that he may never officially retire. "I figured that I'm never going to retire or quit," he said. "I will just sit here one day and they're going to call Laurette," referring to his wife, and say, "He's dead, come get him." Clapperboard sign up for Parade's daily newsletter to get the latest pop culture news and celebrity interviews delivered right to your inbox. Clapperboard. Fans showed up in the comments section to show their support for McCook, with one user sharing, "Amazing, great actor. You did amazing on these last couple episodes. The show would not be the same without you." A second fan added, "The storyline with Eric is the only one that is interesting and compelling. It's very much like a Shakespeare tragedy. The king beset on all sides. Who can he really trust? Great job." A third fan shared, "You are the heart and soul of B&B. We have been watching the show from the very beginning and I don't want to imagine the show without Eric Forrester. Please don't retire ever, Red Heart." The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on CBS and streams weeknights on Paramount+. The Soapy podcast is available on all major podcast platforms. For more than 3 decades, the lights above Stage 31 at CBS Studios have flickered on before dawn, illuminating the familiar shape of John McCook as he steps onto the set of The Bold and the Beautiful. Crew members joke that he's practically part of the building's foundation. Some swear if the studio walls could talk, they'd sound suspiciously like Eric Forrester. It's hard to imagine the show without him, and yet, for the last year, whispers have been swirling through the soap world like persistent California fog. Is John McCook leaving? Rumors began on blogs, then in fan forums, and eventually seeped onto social media until they evolved into full-blown speculation. Was Eric's dramatic health storyline a clue? Was the patriarch of the Forrester dynasty about to walk away for good? Even cast members, sworn to secrecy by contract, were tight-lipped whenever a microphone appeared. Only one person truly knew, and for a long time, he didn't say a word. But today, in a quiet corner of a studio he's called home for most of his adult life, John McCook is ready to talk. A studio bathed in memories. He arrives early as usual, wearing a navy sport coat, freshly pressed, and a pair of comfortable walking shoes that betray the fact that he's always on his feet. At 81, he moves with the slow confidence of someone who doesn't need to rush. Time, he says, has already given him everything he asked for. He stands on the familiar black and gold Forrester living room set. The sofa is plush, the fireplace meticulously dusted, the crystal glasses perfectly arranged, props that have hosted more drama than most real living rooms ever will. To John, this is more than a set. It's the home of a character he has lived with so long that he sometimes slips into Eric's posture without meaning to. "It's surreal," he says, his voice thick with affectionate amusement. "I walk into this room and it knows me. It's like walking into a friend's house." He sits, crosses his legs, and rubs his hands together as if steeling himself for a conversation he knows fans have been waiting for. "All right," he says. "Let's talk about it." The weight of a rumor. John McCook has been part of The Bold and the Beautiful since its premiere in 1987. 37 years of scripts, wardrobes, scandals, romantic triangles, patriarch speeches, and those iconic eyebrow raises that convey an entire monologue. In soap opera years, that's several lifetimes. Actors come and go, characters vanish and return from the dead, sets change, storylines twist, and yet, John is constant. So when the writers introduced Eric's mysterious illness, fans panicked. Online threads titled, "Is this how they write him out?" spawned thousands of comments. Even industry insiders wondered if the health storyline was more than fiction. When the scripts first came in, John recalls, I understood immediately why people would assume I was leaving. I thought, yes, this'll stir things up. And it certainly did. He laughs, leaning back into the couch with the ease of someone who has weathered decades of drama, both scripted and unscripted. But the funny thing is, he continues, sometimes a dramatic story doesn't mean the end. Sometimes it means the beginning of something new. A private decision. The question, of course, is simple. Did he consider leaving? John sighs, nodding. Oh yes, I did. Honestly. He explains that the idea of stepping away had been quietly nudging him for several years, not out of dissatisfaction, but out of reflection. There's a point where you start thinking, have I said everything I wanted to say with this character? Eric's been a lover, a fighter, a father, a grandfather, a husband, several times over, a businessman, a visionary, a stubborn old goat, and a vulnerable soul. What more could I possibly explore? He pauses. Turns out there's always more. Still, the thought lingered. His family asked gently from time to time whether he might want more rest, more downtime. His grandchildren wanted him at school plays and birthdays. His wife, Laurette, often reminded him that the world outside the studio was still beautiful, just not televised. So yes, he says, I reached a crossroads. He lifts his hands, palms open, as though presenting the choice he faced. On one side, the life I've built with Eric Forrester. On the other, the life I've built off-screen. It wasn't an easy decision,